So here we're going to talk about how you can work with formulas. In working with formulas, you work with formula in sequence. You can say a formula is a sequence of values, cell references, names, functions, rational and arithmetic operators that is entered in a cell to produce an expected result. Now, in doing this, there are many things that are involved. You can use the equal sign. At a particular time, you can use the equal sign. You can also use, whenever you enter the equal sign, it assumes that you want to start calculation. You have the greater than, you have the asterisk, you have the plus. These are the what you call the arithmetic operators. The asterisk, the plus, the minus, which is the subtraction, the division, which is the forward slash, the exponential, and the rest of them. Then we'll have the rational operators like the greater than and the rest of them. So, but here let's quickly look into how we can make use of those things to work. Now let's enter what we call TUSP International School. It's a unique international school. Then we'll try to enter what we call race evaluation in A2. So reference A1, we will enter in A2 here. We'll put race evaluation. Then in A3 we'll put Negroid. We're just trying to show you how you can work with formulas. We have the Mongolians. We'll have again we'll have Caucasians or Caucasian, as you can pronounce it depending on how you pronounce it in your own area. Then we have the Pygmies. So then we'll have what we call the total here. Then to make the analysis, we're going to expand this. I talked about from editing a particular. So when you come to this point now, the next thing you're going to do is you now put in B3. Come to B3 now. B3 you have to put what you call number of ways, or rather let's say in B2 you put what you call number of ways after the ways evaluation. Then you talk about, you subsequently you impute the values 3000. The next one will have 40,000. We have again 15,000. We have 200. Then the next one you put percent here. You can make it percentage. Now we've gotten this analysis. So under the percentage, now in running this arithmetic calculation, I would like us to work with what we call the absolute reference. An absolute reference is where you make use of a particular value or constant in generating other values. When I mean constant, I don't mean particular value like you entered in the previous lessons we just talked about. What I mean by constant in this case now is some value that other values depend on. That's what I mean. So you have to now place your mouse pointer in B7 where the total is positioned. Then you put your equal sign. Then you have to do the summation of others. Probably B1 this plus plus this, you just keep making it that way and impute your enter. Now you have a total. Then, now that you have a total, mind you want to get a percentage, what we call a percentage of the value. In getting the percentage of the value now, what are you going to do? You come to these points. Don't forget, we are still working on how you can work around with formulas. So you come here, you put your equal sign. Then here we have the value divided by what we call the constant. Don't forget, the constant. I want to get a percentage of this. So being that I want to get a percentage, we're going to multiply it by 100. So we do it this way. Asterisk, we write 100. We press our enter. You've gotten the value, the percentage for negroid. Then in this case, if you could remember, we talked about autofill handle in the previous lesson. So for you to understand more, you have to understand the previous lessons for you to be able to go deeper to understand this. So what you do now is you use the autofill handle and now drag through. Oh, sorry. Why is it showing this error message? Yes, it is meant to show this error message because they are not dependent on each other. So what exactly is the problem? The problem now is that there is something that we did that is wrong. You understand? Because there is an error there, because there is no constant that we specified in that case. So, in other words, for it to be solidly stated and solidly analyzed, why it shows us an error message is because we are just making a calculation without observing what we call the absolute reference. That's why it displayed the error message. So if we actually want this to happen, if we want to get a clear picture of using autofill handle in this situation, what we are going to do is now simple. For us to analyze this, we'll just simply wipe this off, put our equal sign like we did previously, then you click on this. In this case, when you put your forward slash, you make use of a dollar sign. The dollar sign indicates what we call the absolute reference. So you do it this way. Then we have what is the cell reference of that particular value we have here. This value here is B. Now, being that is B now, so we'll have to put the B, then we'll add another dollar sign. Then it is under the row 7. You see it right there. Then we now have to multiply it by 100 because we want to get the percentage. So we'll do it this way and press our enter. We see the values are the same. So what we actually do now, the autofill handle will get us the solution. Yes, that is exactly what we are doing. What I'm trying to tell you, what I'm trying to make you understand is that there are some things you're going to execute in Excel that is not going to give you the actual value. There are some calculations you want to make that you don't really need to do a kind of arithmetic before you get the exact thing you're looking for. So that is the basic reason why I am emphasizing on this. So this is actually workable because you can think about it that this has to do with working with strictly absolute reference. So this is exactly how you're going to apply the absolute reference in the course of working with different formulas. And mind you, in working with different formulas, you can either enter a value directly by using what we call the natural language. You type in, we call it natural language. But when you say equal to, you point to this, you put a plus sign, you point to this, and now press your enter. This is not a natural language. This one, you're using the mouse pointer. That's what this one is called. So that's exactly what I want you to understand. So I hope you find this lesson interesting, because in the next lesson we're going to follow other subsequent one. To run through the summary again, here you type in, what I did here was to type in Unique International School to show that I want to get the analysis of the races in the school. So I have here, I imputed my race evaluation, the number of race, the percentage, and the data. Remember the first one we did, we got an error message. Why? Because the error message we got is because we were unable to apply what we call absolute reference. So, but in this case where we applied absolute reference, we got our answers exactly the way they should be. Hope you enjoyed the lecture. Please keep repeating the video until you really understand what I talked about. And enjoy. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more updated lessons on Microsoft and other computer applications.